Hello my creative friend, Olga Sabi here, and welcome to new acrylic pouring tutorial. Today I'm in a mood for a space theme, and I'm going to show you how to create a black hole inspired painting using embroidery hoop and of course fluid acrylics. Let's get started. Abyss is a secret message today, and I'm going to use this embroidery hoop not only to separate the black hole section from the rest of the painting, but also to give it a twist and to really create that movement of colors merging and being sucked into the black hole. But one step at a time, right? So first let's add in all those colors and let's start working on the composition. So I think I'm going to pour some black, and of course I have a lot of black color today. This is gonna be main one, but I got quite a beautiful space palette here. So just pour in some black. And I wanna have some black on the outer skirts of this piece, but definitely not everywhere. Because if there is a lot of black all around as well, it's gonna be just harder to differentiate and separate the black hole section from the rest of the painting. So that was a Mars black, by the way, and all of the colors are mixed with water. And this is Creative Wood panel 18 by 24 inches. I will include the link to my article in the description below the video, where you can find all the links and color details and a lot of useful tips, so check it out. So Mars black, this one is Winsor violet. This color also dries really dark. This one here is ultramarine blue. See, my colors inside of the hoop leveled out a little. Actually, I'm gonna let them level out even more. This one here is oriental violet, so a little lighter and more opaque violet. So I want to create difference in texture, and it definitely helps to have at least a few opaque colors. Next color is Iridescent Black Blue by Pebeo, and I can tell you that this color was meant to be used for space art. It dries so perfect. It has this very subtle, very deep mystical shimmer. Yeah, I'm using it quite generously. I think it's going to be perfect for this painting. And I want to create a couple lighter and brighter sections. So this is Iridescent Blue Green, also by Pebeo. I love the iridescent line. Have one here that is turquoise green, and I want to use very little of this color. Quite light and it's very opaque, so only in sections where I want to have some accents. And even a couple drops of golden yellow, also just to have a couple brighter or lighter accents. Okay, I think I'm gonna just cover up all the empty areas before I do the blowout. This way the paint will slide just more easily without being stuck on dry empty sections. Or at least that's the plan. Let's see if it works out. Because I have more than enough paint. I don't want to add any more, but at the same time I don't want my paint to get stuck. I think I want to add a couple droplets of white, just like in one area. I definitely don't want to have a lot of white. Okay. So I want to have a little bit of orange. Okay, let's blow it out. So I'm going to be blowing from the center out in the spiral movement to really create this movement towards my center. This is looking really cool. It's a good start. I did manage to maintain this movement, and I think it's pretty even all around. And I like how dark and deep it is, but because all of these colors are iridescent, there will be so much shimmer when it's gonna be dry. But we are not done yet. There are a couple other things that I wanna do before I'm gonna remove my ring and really give it a twist. So now I'm gonna add some stars. And there's something that I want to try as well while adding my stars. So I'm just gonna use some titanium white paint and just a fan brush. And I have prepared a piece of paper to cover up my center because I definitely don't want any stars to get inside of the black hole. That section needs to stay black. I mean, of course I can paint over, but you know, why do extra step if it's very easy to cover? So let's start adding in those stars. And I actually want to have a lot of it. So I'm gonna be adding quite generously because I have a thing that I want to try. This is my accent section, so I want to have even more stars here. I think the best when you're creating stars using just like a splatter technique is to have them in uneven sizes. I think it looks more realistic this way because when you're only doing this movement, you actually get very tiny droplets of paint. So, and when you do like this, you get pretty large ones, and this creates a diversity of sizes, and I think that looks really awesome this way. Some further, some closer, some bigger, some smaller. Okay, that's enough stars for now. I'm definitely gonna add some with my epoxy resin layer. So this brush can go into the water cup for now. Okay. Oh, my paper have warped. Maybe some paint got under it. Let's see. No, black hole is still pretty black, so I want to try. And especially closer to the center, I want to try something different with my stars. It worked a little different from what I thought, but I actually really like it. So in the section where I blew out the stars, they look like they move in, they fall in, or they get sucked into the black hole. Okay, this is definitely the look we're after. So finally, time to add some spiral finger swipes. I think it's looking really cool. I'm ready to remove the hoop, but first of all, of course, we need to give it a nice twist. Twist and turn to really create that spiral movement around it. I think it's time for me to stop. Let me show you how it dries. The painting is dry and I am not fully happy with how it dried. The iridescent and metallic colors look gorgeous. You can see all that shine, but my violets dried way too dark. I knew that they will dry darker, but this is too much. And I want to have very noticeable, very distinct color contrast between my black hole area and the rest of the painting, because right now it kind of all blends together. So this is what I'm going to be working on. I have prepared the same colors that I used for creating all this beauty, and I really want to add more, especially around here. So let's get to it. I'm gonna let this paint dry because I added quite a few layers, and then we'll see if anything else needs to be added. I think I might want to work on the exterior a little more, also make it less dark and less transparent. Okay, here it is, done and finished. I covered it with a layer of epoxy resin. Of course, I think it's absolutely the best finish for any space theme inspired painting. And I ended up adding quite a bit of color around the black hole, and I think it looks so much better now. There's a lot more contrast between this space matter around it and the black hole itself. This way it's definitely a lot more defined, it really stands out, and it makes just much more sense. So after the touch-up, I love this painting so much better. But I also know what I want to change and improve the next time around when I try to recreate this theme or this style of the painting. Also, for my epoxy resin finish, I added some stars. You can see this beautiful shimmer. And of course, the layer of resin really made all the colors pop, especially those iridescent ones. And also notice how it made the black color more black, because before that, when it was just dry paint, it was a little too grayish, and now it's just nice and sharp and crisp, so love that. And I added some shimmering pigments into my epoxy resin finish. You can see this beautiful spark against the light, but of course I did not add any in the black hole area, so this stays pure, nothing extra there. If you also want to learn how to create a flawless finish on your paintings, check out my online course, Epoxy Clear Coat for Acrylic Paintings. And you can find the holiday coupon code in the description below the video, so check it out. And also this month I offer holiday gift cards on my website if you want to make a very special gift to a very special someone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please let me know what do you think about the outcome, how do you like the touch-ups, and just the overall style and feel of this painting. I would love to hear from you. I will chat with you in the comments below the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next video, which by the way will be a very exciting collaboration. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.